but have to pay millions of dollars to get treatment for it.
Right.
Yeah,
And
but the disease to me is a more of a financial thing that the rich are not dying from opioid addiction. Rich aren't. They're suffering through
There's
that.
plenty of rich people that are dying from opioids.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
let's
absolutely.
not-
I mean,
Oh, they got the money to spend on it there.
Right,
are we
right.
hearing about it?
Well, you hear names, you know what I mean. You don't hear backstory. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I mean,
exactly. And the rich people have their publicists and their
Right.
protection people that will
the
cover
PR,
that up.
PR people that handle that
You
shit.
know what I
but
mean?
Yeah, no.
Oh, they
When
died
Mike-
of
when Mike-
natural causes, or
Right,
they
right.
died
When
of
Michael
a heart
Jackson
It's not
attack.
died,
a poor-
they
it's-
wanted to make sure that story was
Right.
saved before it was, that story got disseminated. You know what I mean?
No.
So there is
Yeah, it's not
certain
a
things
it's not a
about that.
middle low class problem. That's the thing.
But I don't see Michael Jackson putting a needle in his arm going, Doc, I need another hit
Well,
of
he
this.
didn't have to. His
shit.
doctor did it for him.
Yeah,
Right,
his
You know what
doctor
I mean?
was doing
And
it
the
for
doctor,
him.
he had an
He
army of
literally
doctors
had a
who were ready
doctor
to do it for him.
24/7.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't have to.
He did.
He had the money. He had the money to, to
You know what happened to the doctor? He ended up going to jail for his death, by the way.
exactly.
Amen
So,
to that.
there's that conversation. Call us, by the way, if you're listening. 603-217-5400 is the phone number. Addiction, is it a disease? Is a disease an addiction? Where do you draw the line? Where do you come up with that perspective, I guess, is my question.
Depending on how many people die, that's when you go, oh, we got a problem here.
Right.
All right?
I guess so. Yeah.
But
There's a lot of people out there that will tell you that addiction is a disease. That it's
What
literally
is your-
that
what
it's
is-
literally that simple.
What is your opinion?
Well,
What's
it's
your
like
addiction?
it's like we were just saying. It's like we were just saying. I mean, like I don't feel like it's that easily a blanketable statement to say that addiction is a disease. I mean, like to answer your question, Mike, my addictions are right now tobacco. Right.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to put in order of the things that I'm addicted to right now, again, tobacco I cut out of my life for 3 years, and I started smoking again. It's so stupid. But anyway, so tobacco would be number one. I guess maybe below that would be coffee, and pussy would be third. I think that's probably.
well, I'm
fair to say.
addicted to that, but I
Yeah.
just don't know where to find it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I mean,
where's
like
that?
I could go without coffee. I feel like I could probably go without pussy. But cigarettes, I need those motherfuckers. You
But
know
let
what I
me
mean?
ask you this question, Craig.
Well,
being
again-
in the radio,
Yeah.
all right,
Yep.
I was always told that, listen, if your voice is your money maker,
Right.
don't smoke, man.
Miley Cyrus. Okay, Miley Cyrus was one of these fucking people that literally went on the record when people asked her why she started smoking. Right? She said she liked the sound of her voice better when she smoked. So there's something about smoking
That's 'cause
that
she went from a
adds
very
a
high-pitched
rasp.
voice
yeah,
down to
yeah. So I'm giving you an honest answer here.
Yeah.
When it's a terrible truth. When I've been out drinking the night before, depending on how much I've drank, okay, because if I drink too much and I smoke too much, the next day my voice is shot. But there's like this butter zone, right, where if I've drank just the right amount and I've smoked just the right amount of cigarettes, the next day my voice is like gold. I should be doing every commercial in the country. You know what I mean? I should be doing every radio spot
golden
on the planet.
voice.
Yeah,
Call me Morgan Freeman.
yeah,
You know,
I'm like right in the Goldilocks zone, right? But but also if I don't drink and I don't smoke and I go to do radio, I'm still happy with how my voice sounds. I have way more control over it. And that's the other thing is that so even when I'm talking about if I drink just the right amount and I smoke just the right amount, I like the way my voice sounds. I don't have as much control over it. So if I try to push it too hard, it'll crack. If I try to be too soft, there'll be nothing.
don't
It'll just
yuck
be a
up your
whisper.
voice.
Yeah,
That's
no.
you're not a
well,
yucker.
no, I never do because it's be genuine is
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
number 2 most important rule I was ever given in radio. Be yourself.
Yeah.
But
everyone wants that yo,
right,
yo, yo.
right. Well, I don't know.
Hey, man,
yeah.
what's up?
If I'm doing 93.3, a lot of times like I'll ham it up with it's 93.3 The Wolf, number 1 for New Country and the Legends, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
If I've drank too much or I've smoked too much, the next day that shit will come out. It will sound like a whisper, or it'll be just a bunch of broken like Peter Brady trying to sing, fucking the Brady Bunch song there, fucking whatever. But it'll just be a bunch of cracked shit, and it'll sound like total garbage.
If you listen to people that do narratives the background stuff, like the Morgan Freeman stuff that you see in the movies,
Right.
and the people that are on radio and stuff like this, they have that low tone bass type of voice, and it's perfect. You don't want to hear anybody that's high pitched.
Yeah.
God forbid, it's
I've been
fucking
hearing
annoying.
a lot of weird shit
You know?
lately on the radio, though. To be honest with you, lately I don't know why. I was just talking with my friend who hosts the morning show, or not the morning show. He hosts the local music show. This guy Harry Hawkins, been in radio, fucking 20 years, right? Super good, super jock, a really really good guy. Harry and I were talking about how lately we've been hearing a lot of, and it's strange. Sort of the harkening back to the old days. This sort of stuff. Hey, you're listening to this radio station, and coming up, you're going to hear more of this. And it's weird because, like, I mean, if any one of you guys heard that right now on the radio, I feel like I'm just going from my own personal perspective. I would switch the channel. You know what I mean? Because, like, but I have been hearing that more and more lately. This sort of, hey, you guys are tuning in, and hey, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
You're listening to like 1950s radio right now, and thanks for staying with us. All right, coming around, we're gonna have some more great
To
music
me,
for
it's a
you.
turnoff. It really is.
Because
The man.
talking over the music and hitting
Right.
the post. Hitting
Right.
the post to me
Yeah.
is phenomenal. However you do that, I have no clue. But
Right.
that is, I actually to this day, when I'm here on Friday, Saturday nights,
Yep.
and I'm hearing a song and I'm talking, promoting whatever, and I hit the post, I actually high five myself.
Yeah,
and
Right,
go,
I do it all the time
Holy
too.
fuck, I just did that.
I back pat myself all the time
Yeah.
when I hit the
Now,
post.
if you
That's
wonder
right.
what
Yeah.
hitting the post is, folks, it's ending your voice when the song starts to sing.
Yeah, the lyrics.
The lyrics
right,
come
the
in.
lyrics. You talk over the music intro, and as soon as the lyrics start, you're done.
Done.
You know,
and it perfect
yeah,
sequence.
I am to the point now where I'll look, because the software tells me like how many seconds before the
I saw that, yeah.
the lyrical
I saw
intro
that, yeah.
happens, and I can literally look at that. Look at the piece of copy that I want to talk about and know that I'm hitting that post like on that beat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Here on Frank 106.3, boop, and then here comes the lyric. Or here on 93.3 The Wolf, and boop, here comes that lyric. But with like 106.3, they don't want us to step on the music. So I don't know. It's sort of like a balancing act. But no, its timing is really important. And
Good luck tonight, Bernie.
Yeah, that's all right. I got this guy. He's talking about where we have
man.
karaoke, as you guys know, 7 nights a week here at
Yes.
McGarvey's, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to tonight and everything. My mentor, when I first started, I knew that I wanted to be behind the microphone, whether it was going to be radio or TV or even just doing mobile DJing, if you will. The person that did that for me was Wolfman Jack.
Yeah.
He had that deep
He's
voice.
the
But,
godfather.
yeah,
Yeah,
you listen to the 1950s coming up next is
Right.
Chuck Berry, and oh my God, and he had that deep voice, and he made everything sound so inspiring. And the next song is coming up, be like, oh my God, just play it right now.
Yeah, if he's even
It was
talking
just
about it, it's
phenomenal.
got to be awesome. You know?
Exactly.
If his voice
You know what I mean?
is talking about it, it's got to be great. Yeah.
Don
Yeah.
LaFontaine was mine. I mean, that
LaFontaine
man,
was great.
You know that guy was getting $30,000 a minute.
that guy was a godfather.
a minute, $30,000 a minute, and he had a studio set up in his home because he was making that kind of money. He had a studio set up in his home, and he would get email requests from major studios,
Yeah.
and he could choose. I don't know if you guys ever watch. There's a YouTube, not YouTube, but there's a Netflix documentary about voice actors, and so it talks about some of this stuff, and so. Don LaFontaine was getting $30,000 a minute from movie studios to literally just be like in a world where, but in his spare time, he would literally do people's voicemail.
Yeah,
Right,
answering
so if you reach out to Don LaFontaine, Mike Percy, and we're like, hey, listen. What are the chances I could get you to do my
Mike
voicemail?
Percy's not at home
my
right
old
now.
voicemail, yeah. Where he's like, in a world where you've tried to reach Mike Percy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he would do that shit
Yeah.
just because he didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know what
That
I mean?
was
He had nothing
amazing.
but time.
If you ever are at home and there's no porn to watch, which is very rare, log on to 5 Guys in a Limo. I am telling you, these are the best 5 voice actors ever.
Nice.
Ever that you're going to hear. The guy from Disney, the guy from Jurassic Park, there's always a black guy in there, and I can't remember his name, but oh my God,
You know- you
hear
know-
his voice and go, I want to have sex with that
You know
man.
who the father of all this was, though? The father of all this voice acting work was Mel Blanc.
Mel Blanc.
Oh,
Okay, Mel
Jesus.
Blanc. There's in that documentary on Netflix. They
Mr.
talk
Looney
about
Tunes
how
himself.
they talk about how Mel Blanc. I don't know if you know this or not, but he did the voice of like Daffy Duck. He did the voice of Bugs Bunny. Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny were two very distinct characters.
Yes.
Okay, they sounded nothing alike. Nothing alike. And in that documentary, one of the top voice actors in the country was talking about how there's one cartoon where Mel Blanc had to do Daffy Duck doing Bugs Bunny, and then Bugs Bunny doing Daffy Duck.
Wow.
Okay,
Holy crap.
and he was able to do this where it sounded like what Bugs Bunny would sound like trying to do Daffy Duck, and what
That's
Daffy
crazy.
Duck would sound like trying to do Bugs Bunny,
talent.
and
Talent.
those four fucking voices were all distinctly different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's one dude, man.
Yeah.
So Mel Blanc, at the end of the day, is the father of voice actor
Yeah.
work. You know, it's undeniable, unequivocally. He's the father.
Glad we talked about this. This is great.
I don't want to end the show. Can we go for another hour?
No.
I wish we could.
Yeah.
We can't, unfortunately.
I
We
gotta
have
go-
1
I gotta go
minute
find
left.
I gotta go find out what my girlfriend's flirting with real quick. Hang on.
And
I'm hoping it's me.
we promise you that we're going to have a promo for our turn something negative into a positive segment. We haven't had that
nice.
capability, but we are going to do that. We're also going to have that promo segment for
Right.
the ladies' room as well. So
We
I think that'd be
always
cool.
end every show with turning negative into a positive.
So-
yeah, that'll be great to have that actually be a segment.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Fantastic, Brandy.
Who's going first? I know. I know.
All right, I'll go first. I have absolutely nothing to offer here, so that's why I'm excited to go first. No, it's been the same as the past couple of weeks. A lot of extra hours at the radio station, a lot of commercial production. Things are good. My daughter just turned 6 just the other day.
Happy birthday to her.
Yeah, Sydney is. Oh my God, I can't even talk about her. I'll start to cry right now.
You want to see her cry? Keep going.
My birthday is in 2 days, so I guess that's a big.
Happy
plus.
birthday.
Thank you. Yeah,
Happy birthday.
43, if you can believe it.
Wow,
I told
43.
so Shay and I are 17 years apart, right?
She's older than you?
You know, yeah, she's older than me, Mike.
Come on now, brother.
You know me. If you've been listening to the show, you know that ain't happening.
Here I am. 9
I'm
difference
17 years older than Shay, right? So she
You could
says.
be your dad.
So she said, "Shut up." Could be. You know, I'm closer to age to her dad than I am to her. Fun
Sorry,
little,
had
fun
to
little
say it.
factoid. Anyway, so 17 years apart. She says to me the other day, she goes, "Well, if you're turning 43 in a couple of days, that means we're 18 years apart." And I said, "No, that's not how ages and math works, babe. But that's super cute."
So when she calls you daddy, that takes on a new meaning, right?
Yeah.
Or who's your daddy?
Yeah.
It's not me.
I gotta tell you. You know, prior. Okay, so prior to Sydney, the whole daddy stuff was a little bit more fun, and now I just sort of roll with it. You know what I mean? Like it's the right thing to do. You know what I mean? Like I'll tell you, you're Shay. I will say yes, you're a good girl, and somehow that leads to awesomeness. So okay,
When do the spankings
All right,
happen?
Craig Driggers, I'm done. All
There
right,
we go.
Move on.
Mike, you want to go next?
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So I have a few things. I saw earlier on Facebook, there was something that we brought up was. I'm sorry. Let me take this back. I saw something on Facebook earlier this week about something we talked about in a previous podcast about cleaning off the truck trailers.
I saw that.
Off of snow. And as a matter of fact, there was somebody that's on this show that was cleaning off truck trailers earlier this week.
You caught me.
Yep.
If I remember correctly, you said, no, there's no possibility that can
Well-
be done.
Motherfuckers are the biggest offenders, man.
Let me just tell you, I didn't climb up there, Bernie. You saw what the fuck I was on.
He was on a jetpack.
Not anybody.
He had a jetpack. He had a fucking Boba Fett
Not-
jetpack.
And I think your Facebook said something, look what I'm doing today. And I'm like, oh, we're going to be bringing
Right.
this
I
up.
actually thought of you guys when I was doing that. I
That's
go,
awesome.
when these guys see this is but not everybody owns a scissor lift and one of those
Right,
18-foot fucking shovels that can pull.
Exactly.
Let me tell you, There is a lot of fucking snow on those
I
trailers.
believe
Yeah,
And
we
you
tried
got
to
to
clean
clean
it
it
up.
And I pulled some of that stuff off, and I'm like, oh, thank God that didn't
Right.
go through.
So the next time I
windshield.
so the next time I ask, is it possible that these trailers could be cleaned off? The
They-
answer better be no. Okay,
Well-
the answer shouldn't be no. I should say.
They can be, but it costs money, Bernie, and it's